I'm at the Mayan Monkey Chocolate Factory in Mijas. And this is Jason Godwin, one of the founders of the company. And this video is all about chocolate. Who doesn't love chocolate?
Everybody loves chocolate.
Yeah.
What we thought we'd do, which would be really fun, is to build a small museum just to show what happens before chocolate, even whilst it's still growing on the trees. So come on in and let me show you around for a few minutes. This section here is our mini recreation of a cacao plantation. Now, obviously, cacao trees, they only grow around the equator, 10 degrees north or south of the equator. These cacao pods are obviously, they're papier-mâché, but the colours are real, the size of these pods are real. This is actually a real pod here. Now, inside these pods, you get about 50 beans, and 50 beans is enough to make 1 bar of beautiful dark chocolate or 5 bars of milk and white chocolate. We were buying all our beans from the Ivory Coast in Africa, and you know, that's where everybody buys their beans from, just about. 60% of the world's supply of beans come from the Ivory Coast. Sadly, the typical daily salary of a farmer in the Ivory Coast is just 50 cents US dollars a day. And that's as good as it gets. But the worst case scenario is you're a slave, because there's actually over 2 million child slaves working today in the Ivory Coast. Now, when we found this out, which was, funny enough, in Amsterdam, there's an amazing exhibition every year, a conference called Chocoa, and we were in Amsterdam, met a fantastic guy called Tony Chocoloni, and he was actually explaining very passionately about what was really going on in the cacao industry and how it's hidden away from producers and the public. So we don't buy beans anymore from the Ivory Coast. So when we get the beans, we don't actually get the pods. These always remain in the plantations, and they're left then to rot, which enables future generations of cacao trees to grow. It's fertilizer, basically. So we actually receive the beans, and the first thing that we have to do with the beans is we have to roast the beans. So I'd like to introduce you now to Dora, which was the very first roaster that we bought, and she's just over here. So let's meet Dora. This is Dora. Now, Dora is called Dora because she's a roaster. She's a cacao roaster, and roaster in Spanish is tostadora. She's actually an old lady. She's from 1936. We found her in France, in a place called Bar-le-Duc, so we had to bring her from France to here. She still works fine, and basically what we actually have to do is we roast the beans in here for 40 minutes, and after 40 minutes the beans start to go pop, 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 just like popcorn, and the aroma is absolutely intoxicating. It's like if you're cooking brownies at home in the kitchen, you get that amazing, those wafts of chocolate, real rich notes of chocolate. It's exactly the same, but possibly quite a bit stronger. So yeah, this is Dora, and that's the very first stage for us of making chocolate. One of the biggest challenges that we experienced in running a chocolate factory is we're tiny. We produce 10 tons a year of chocolate, which is nothing. We're really small. And yet we wanted to have attractive looking packaging for our chocolates. So when we had to order the packages from the printers, we had to order massive quantities. So we decided, let's get ourselves, instead of a real modern age technology machine, we thought we'd get ourselves a 1934 printing press. So I'd love to introduce you to Heidi. So Heidi was designed in 1934 in Heidelberg. Actually, this version's more modern. She was built in 1960, but she's still, I think that still qualifies just about as an old lady now. And we bought her in Malaga. She'd been retired by a print shop in Malaga. And the first thing I've got to tell you about Heidi is she's a black and white printer, so we don't use her to print. Technology's moved on, and so we print these boxes or all our packages. We print all these digitally just over here on our Xerox, on Roxy. So, but of course then, we've got to cut them out and we've got to fold. So the easiest thing, rather than me explaining how she works, how about I switch her on, show you, and let's make a box of chocolates, okay? So, first stage is, we load the sheets here. We'll load about generally 500 or 600 at a time. And basically, they go through the press. These white lines over here are the folds, okay? So these are the creases. And then, I don't know if you can see down here, but we've also got, this is a cutting shape. If I just lift this up, you'll actually see, this is the actual shape of our boxes of chocolate, or bags of chocolate. So that's just like when you're making biscuits at home and you've got a cutter and you stamp out the shape. Exactly the same technique. So let's make a box of chocolates. So now, that's come through the press, but if you look at the other side, it's now got all those creases on, and this is now cut out. So basically, we just put this down over here, we shake this out, like so, there we go. This bit gets recycled, I'll just put this over here, and now it's a case, and we do all this by hand inside the factory, of folding it, 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 gluing it over here, gluing it over here, and we've now got ourselves a box of chocolates with this beautiful old lady that was designed in 1934, and quite honestly, she's a lot more reliable than Xerox.